2 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. I want to start by giving our honor, glory, and praises to the Heavenly Father and his only begotten Son, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rechah HaKodash. Next up, the honor small apostles, elders of Great Millstone, who taught us 100% truth of the Bible and who rule well. Peace, love, salutations to all the brothers across the four corners of the earth, pushing this truth in all diligence and in sincerity, man. Right? P.S.A. Right? Public service announcement. Great Millstone is not affiliated with the YouTube channel, the person behind the YouTube channel, GMS Somalia. GMS Somalia is not affiliated with the Great Millstone camp, based out here in the States, right? Over here, right? Which we had GMS camps throughout the four corners of the earth, but GMS Somalia is not affiliated with Great Millstone, right? This is just a setup, man. This is just these are agents. As a matter of fact, I meant to get I'll put it as a thumbnail, but the Agent Smith from the Matrix, you know, what was one of his powers? One of his powers was what? He could duplicate himself, right? And now it's agents everywhere, right? Just like that in the Matrix, right? It's just like that in real time, in real life, right here, right? We're seeing it. There are agents everywhere. And this is just a plot, this is just a device, right, of the devil, which the devil is Esau Edom, the so-called white man, right? The wicked that the Bible speaks of, right? And the word devil just means liar, deceiver, right? Let's get that word Satan real quick. I just want to get it. Satanas.
Strong's G 4567. Satanas.
Yeah.
Thayer's lexicon. Satan. Satan.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Adversary, one who opposes another in purpose or act. The name given to, right? The prince of evil spirits, the inveterate adversary of the Most High and Hamashiach, right? Right. He incites apostasy from the Most High and to sin, right? Circumventing men by his wiles, right? So Satan, the spiritual demon Satan, is a real entity, right? But what? Even he's in order. His job is to sow confusion and to do the will of the Heavenly Father on the left-hand side, right? But there's a physical counterpart, right? Just how it has the Lord, Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, has his men on the earth, right? Which we're speaking about the elect in these times, right? And the men of the Lord, right? Which consists of the 144,000 men who give up their bodies as a living sacrifice, along with the men, women, and children who sincerely believe, right? Lord willing, we be a part of that number, right? We know and believe through faith that those men that are set up are the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, right? And all the sincere brothers on down. And then, you know, those are the hopeful elect, Lord willing, we all be a part of that number. But just like the Lord has his counterparts here on the earth, right? Satan has his on the earth, right? Esau Edom, the so-called white man, and what? The top level elites of Esau Edom are pulling the strings behind the scenes, man. Right? You know, and a Satan-like man, right? A Satan-like man. Who was that? Esau Edom, the so-called white man, the wicked, the self-proclaimed white man, right? Who was Esau Edom according to the Bible, the Edomites, right? And the top level elites, right? Or know that the true men of the Lord, starting off with the apostles, elders, Great Millstone, also sin brothers on down, are speaking the truth. So what are they doing? They're sending agents, right? They're devising plans, right? Let's go to devices. Let's go to devices real quick. Right? We're not ignorant of Satan's devices, man. We see right through it, man. Right? The Lord has given us a spiritual eye to see, That's why the apostles have us making these PSAs. That's why the apostles have us calling the police on these wacky tacky Christians, because it's a spiritual. There's a spiritual war going on. So what? We're making strategic moves, man. Right? Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. It reads on the mental perception, thought, and evil purpose. This is an evil purpose to do what? To demonize the men of the Lord. Right? Set up agents here, set up agents here, set up agents here, and have them saying some outlandish and crazy shit, excuse my French, to try to what? To try to further demonize the men of the Lord, to further put smut on the names of the men of the Lord, man. So that what? When this devil actually rolls, right? He has an excuse behind it. It's justified. Just like 9/11. This devil orchestrated 9/11 and to do what? To so he can get set foot on to have a justified reason for him to go over there to Iraq, Afghanistan, over there in the Persian Gulf, right? And do what he was doing over there for all those years, man. And still doing. Right? So just like that situation, that's what's going on here, right? That which thinks, the mind, thoughts, or purpose. So these ideas, these wicked, evil plans that try to demonize the Lord. Once again, P.S.A. GMS Somalia is not affiliated with the Great Millstone camp, man. Right? So I want to get it in. This is Jude. I want to come back to that. So let's get 2 Corinthians chapter 2 and verse 11 again in the GNT. All right. In order to keep Satan from getting the upper hand over us, for we know what his plans are. His plans are to try to get the men of the Lord off the streets, man. His plan is to try to, throw these guys out here, right? Set them up or turn them over. Guys can be sincere in this thing and get flipped. You never know, but we know what's happening, right? In order to keep Satan from getting the upper hand over us, for we know what his plans are. We know that his plans are to demonize the men of the Lord. We know that this devil, he has his NWO, right? His agenda, right? That he's trying to push forth, and a part of that is, try to get the true men of the Lord off the streets to stop this truth from coming out. So he's going to do everything that he can to do that, man. Right? You know? These guys are not real, man. These guys are not sincere. These guys are not brothers. Just because somebody slaps GMS on their name doesn't mean they're part of the camp, doesn't mean they're sincere, right? It doesn't mean anything, right? These guys have to be vetted, right? Guys have to be, and that's why we know it's a plot, because it'd be guys that are, far away, from the core here in the Americas. But of course, we got brothers in Holland, brothers in London. We got brothers in various parts of the earth. But what? You get a guy all the way in Somalia, you know what I mean? He just upstart, right? Nobody talking to him, nobody can get a hold of him, nobody doing this and doing that, right? And then all of a sudden now he's talking about he's a T to the E to the RR wrist. You know the rest, right? So, we know that this is part of this devil's plan, man. Whether or not he was flipped or whether or not he's been an agent from the beginning, right? Doesn't matter. We know it's all a part of this devil's plan. I'll read that one more time. Oh, I'm in Jude, right? Jude 1 and 4 in the GNT. Yep. For some godless people have slipped in unnoticed among us. So even here in the Americas and wherever men are preaching the scriptures here at GMS or other camps or what may have you, there are men who are crept in this thing unaware. But we're speaking about GMS. We're not speaking about every other camp. There could be men within GMS, agents, crept in unaware, slipped in unaware, unnoticed among us, and faking the funk. It reads on, persons who distort the message about the grace of our power in order to excuse Salakia their immoral ways, man. Right? So what, they distort the message, right? We don't preach that you can put hands on your woman, for whatever, for whatever, even if what she did is punishable by death, right? This ain't the time for that. This is not where we are, right? To be doing that, man. Right? Even if the scriptures say people who are preaching like this, first and foremost, have no understanding. One either have no understanding or just agents. And when you get to the outlandish things, like saying you put your woman to flight because you found her messing with another woman, we know that they're set up, man. Ain't nobody just blatantly, openly admitting that, right? Ain't nobody just coming out saying that. That's how we know that these guys are set up, man. We're going to let the Lord handle whatever it is that needs to happen, right? We don't put things in our own hands, especially in these times. Right now, we're not sovereign. We're not a sovereign people right now, right? We don't have our own land. We don't have to execute our laws and our judgments, right? We're in captivity, right? So we keep the law, statutes, commandments to the best of our abilities. So no, we're not doing what to the moles, right? We're not doing what to adulterers and adulteresses, right? We're not doing that. We're not executing that judgment right at this time, man. Right? That's how. And we've never preached that. We've never preached that. So anybody who's saying that they're doing it, right, is going to hell off, and ultimately is an agent, man. They're set up, man. When these guys start saying outlandish things, crazy ass things, that's how we know that they set up, man. It's to demonize the men of the Lord. So let's move on, because this ain't gonna be long. Verse 4: For some godless people have slipped in unnoticed among us, persons who distort the message about the grace of our power, right? Because we're in grace. We're in grace right about now, man. Right? That's what we're preaching unto our people, that, hey, yes, we have these laws, statutes, commandments that we stand by, but we follow the laws, statutes, commandments to the best of our abilities, right? That's why Lord Yahweh Shai did what he did. That's why he came, right? So for the things of the law that we can fulfill, right, we're covered by grace. We're covered by the blood of the Lamb that was slain, Lord Yahweh Shai, right? And what? That means that we put our best foot forward in serving the Lord and doing the things that we can do. Not eating pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster. Not sleeping with the next man's woman, right? As a woman, not stepping out on your husband, sleeping with another man or a woman, right? Not getting tattoos all over your body, putting down the blunt, cigarettes, Black and Milds, weed, right? Things that we can that we know that we can keep and uphold without causing any trouble, right? That's the message, right? In order to excuse their immoral ways, and who reject Yahweh Shai Mashiach, our only master and Lord. Long ago, the scriptures predicted the condemnation they have received, right? So, hey, look, ultimately these guys, they're sellouts, they're bug outs, they're rejecting the Lord by the things that they're preaching, teaching, and being sold out, and they're ultimately serving the devil, Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, right? Satan, right? They're not worshiping after Lord Yahweh Shai, because if they were, they would hold fast, and they would serve the Lord in truth and sincerity, man. Right? So where are we at? Because I didn't want to make this too long. Jude 1-4. So let's go. I get Revelation 12:12, man. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 12, verse 12. Right? Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. So these top level elites, these banking families, man, and these top level elites who are pulling the strings behind the scenes, they know they have a short time. Right, we know this is going into this devil, the military state, the martial law, right? The Strong's G, 54 and 80, right? The Dorito, C-hip, right? Being implemented into the earth, but a part of that NWO, a part of that agenda, right, is also demonize the men of the Lord. This devil's going to come down with great wrath. He's going to roll on the men of the Lord, right? Try to in the process, right? of setting up his NWO, because what he knows that he has a short time. He's trying to get the truth off the streets, right? So he can have his way. So he can forward his agenda, right? He's trying to forward his agenda, and by doing that, he's setting up these agents. He's sending people into the camps, right? So what? We got to be aware of these men. We got to be vetting guys. Guys got to show that they sincerely believe in this thing, man. Right? Which we know ultimately, man, it's all up to the Lord, you know. But you know, it is what it is. We still gotta do our part. We still gotta do our due diligence. That's why the Lord had put the Spirit on the apostles and elders to have these strategic plans put in place, right? Vetting guys, calling the police on these wacky tacky Christians, right? Because this is a war, and no war is won without strategy, right? You don't just run head first in the war, swinging ass, swinging sword. No, the best war or war, the men of old that you hear about, that won a lot of wars and won a lot of battles, right? Speaking on the carnally level, because we have Yahweh Shem Yahushai to help us, but it was all, you know, it was all strategic. They all fought strategic. Look at 300, right? Leonidas, when they sent the Persians through the narrow path, they were able to have their back to the rocks and slay those who were coming through that narrow path, because you can only send as many men at a time. That was a strategic plan, right, to win the battle. So, and I just want to get some, because this devil is going to roll, but guess what? This is Isaiah 59:19. So shall they fear the name of the Lord from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the Spirit of the Lord shall lift up a standard against them. So yeah, this devil's going to roll. This devil's going to come down hard, right? The scripture speak on there's going to be an insurrection against those that fear the Lord. So this devil has these devices, these plans to try to come up against the men of the Lord. But guess what? Ultimately, when this devil, because that's what they've always done, right? You know, try to hurt the prophets, right? But what? The Lord is going to lift up a standard against them. They're not going to be able to. They're not going to get us. They're not going to get them in the Lord this time, right? Now that don't mean that some men not going to be martyrs or lose their life for Yahweh Shem Yahushai, for the truth, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, for the truth's sake. But hey, overall, you know, we're going to win. We're going to win. We've already obtained the victory through the Lord Yahweh Shai, man. Right? And this devil and his plan and what he has going on is going to fall through at the end, man. Right? So, you know, ultimately we have nothing to worry about. We're going to do whatever we have to do to clear our name. You know, when these things come up, right? The Spirit is on the apostles and elders to have us do these things for a reason, man. Right? All the way up until this devil is ready to roll, and then that is what it is, what it is. We put everything in the Lord's hands, man, because we know that the Lord got us, man. So, hey, look, with that, another P.S.A. GMS Somalia is not affiliated with GMS, Great Millstone, right? Hey, with that, I'm going to say shalom. I'm giving peace and love to you later.